Hey everyone, Matt here from Docs Running, and today we're going to do a review of the Mizuno Wave Neo Vista. So this is their new super trainer, the secret one that they were kind of hiding in for a little bit, and then all of a sudden Running Warehouse and others started releasing and showing videos of it. It is finally on our feet. I've been really excited to get some miles on this. You may have seen the video with her and I that did an unboxing, which I had no idea what was coming. I never tested the prototypes. I'm brand new to this shoe. I do have 20 miles on it now, so I wanted to give you an update kind of on my thoughts, the specs, how it rides, how it fits, and who it might be best for. So let's talk about all those things. So first of all, spec-wise, men's size 9 is coming in at 9.4 ounces. Women's size 8 is coming in at 7.8 ounces. My size 10 weighs 9.6 ounces, or about 274 grams. It is very soft underfoot. There is what looks like 2 layers of what's called Mizuno Energy NXT or Next, which I am assuming is some kind of Pebax midsole foam. It is extremely soft, extremely bouncy. The best way I can describe the underfoot feel is imagine the New Balance SC Trainer version 1, but more bouncy and a little bit more softer. That's what it feels like. A lot of foam underfoot, coming in at 44.5 in the heel, 36.5 in the forefoot for an 8mm drop, which is really nice for a Mizuno shoe. Feels like that transitions really well, but like I said, super soft, super bouncy, really nice posterolateral heel bevel that transitions into a fairly good wide midfoot wide sole and off a forefoot that has a little bit of stiffness, but it's actually not too bad. There's still some flexibility. So not a carbon plate. Please don't get mad at me. I think this is a glass fiber type material. So again, correct me if I'm wrong on that, but it's not the stiffest, but it's still got some snap, which allows this to do daily training miles really, really well, up-tempo miles really well. I have done a workout in this where I did some 2-minute intervals, and I took this down to 5:10 pace, and it actually, for per mile, and it did really well. It wouldn't be my choice for anything under a half marathon, but for a lot of people, like marathon up, this might actually be a good option if a lot of the carbon-plated shoes are too much for you, and you still want a lot of that bounce. So really bouncy ride, handles pretty much everything except super fast intervals, although again, I did take it down that far. And again, just enough flexibility that it won't crush you, but it's still with a plate on the stiffer side. From a guidance standpoint, this is not a stability shoe, so those people with true stability needs, you might, have to either transition into this or this may not work for you. But the groove in the middle, it works really well for keeping a centered ride. So that's immediately noticeable. I do notice this groove. It keeps you in the middle. If you don't like shoes that kind of split and you feel that, this might bug you, but for me, it actually broke in really nicely. The forefoot does have some lateral guidance here. I did notice this because I tend to need some forefoot stability on the medial side. I noticed this, so it will take you lateral. If you do go a little bit too lateral, you might have to be a little wary of the shoe, but if you like that, this is going to be great. So it's worked very well for someone with my type mechanics, but overall, mostly just keeps you fairly centered, not really biased one way or the other, except a little bit at the forefoot, so not too bad. The durability, 20 miles, really good. This is my left shoe, which I always do because it's the shoe I wear the most. I wear out the midsole or the outsole the most. Been totally fine. I will continue to get miles on this and get a 100-mile review, hopefully, and get you more on the durability. But foam feels good, lasting. Upper is where it gets interesting. It is a full knit upper. There is no heel counter. There is a little bit of extra material back here with this, and this crease right here has caused a little pressure on my Achilles. So if you wear socks, you're going to be fine. I would not wear this sockless because of that, but outside of that, it's been totally fine. Fits very normal in width. It does have stretch, so people with wider fit, you might be able to do this if you're okay with a sock-like, little more compressive, snug fit, but most people are going to have normal or maybe even a little bit narrow with feet if you try to really lock the laces down. It's not the widest shoe, and the upper is quite compressive in a good way with some stretch, but just know it's knit and a little bit stiffer knit. I have not had any slippage issues. It's very secure. It locks it down, probably because it's a little bit more snug, but that's actually been really good. And again, if you have sensitive heels, this actually is going to work really, really well for you. So overall, I'm also the final thing, by the way, I'm impressed about this shoe. It's $180, which is crazy because a lot of the other super shoes that are not as super trainers that are not as bouncy as this are going in the 200 plus range. So I not only think this is a great deal because durability and bounce is crazier, and the bounce is better than a lot of those other super shoes. It's not the light, so the Super Blast is still lighter, but I am really enjoying this shoe thus far. And if you want that true super shoe feel and a training shoe that can handle a variety of paces, this might be a shoe you might want to check out.